All right, this is Frank DiMora, and we're continuing on for the prophecy signs of May 8th, 2014. Let me turn my attention to another sign, of which is the sign of earthquakes. Now, I'm going to show you two places where the Lord talked about these earthquakes. The first one is Matthew 24:7. This is what he says: "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places." Now to the next. Luke 21:11, the Lord says this: "And there will be great earthquakes in various places, and famines and pestilence, and there will be fearful sights and great signs." So what we know is there are going to be many earthquakes, and there are also going to be these great quakes, as the Lord pointed out in 21:11. There have been a lot of these quakes happening as of late, and let me show you the most recent news about this. And keep in mind, we're compounding all of the different signs, putting them together so you get the full picture of what the Lord said about when you shall see all these things. Know that it's near, even at the door. So here's the news article come from Newsweek, and you can see that this is a massive earthquake. Magnitude 6.8 earthquake shakes Mexico City. It says a 6.4 magnitude earthquake shook Mexico City on Thursday, rattling buildings and prompting office evacuations, but there were no immediate reports of damage. Now, the U.S. Geological Survey put the quake epicenter in the western Mexican state of Guerrero at the depth of 14.9 miles, just inland from the Pacific coast. No tsunami warning was triggered. So that is a huge earthquake. That is big. And we've been seeing these large earthquakes. When you go into my book, if you download my book today, go into the chapter about earthquakes, and you'll see all of the earthquakes that have already happened in the month of May. And last month, it was really rocking and rolling. There was a lot of earthquakes, major magnitude earthquakes that struck. In either case, it is a big earthquake, and it no doubt has shaken up a lot of people. So let's go on to the next article. And this comes again from the news of today. You'll see it, Channel 9. And there was another earthquake in Oklahoma. And the reason why I'm showing you this now, for the people who don't know too much about prophecy, they're probably thinking, wow, what's the big deal about a 3.0 earthquake? It's not very big. Why do I have to be concerned about it? Well, keep in mind what Jesus said. There would be earthquakes in various places. Places where they normally don't happen, and then bigger quakes. So Oklahoma normally doesn't shake the way it has been shaking. Very unusual. They've gotten a lot of earthquakes in the past couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. It says Oklahoma 3.0 magnitude earthquake was recorded Thursday morning. So, and according to the U.S. Geological Survey, the earthquake was recorded at 10:08 a.m. and the epicenter was located 14 miles northwest of Paris, 17 miles south of Ponce City, 22 miles north of Stillwater, and 72 miles northeast of Oklahoma City. It was about 3 miles deep. And of course, it goes on to say there's no damage. But here's the deal. Oklahoma has been rocking and rolling, and they're worried about a major earthquake hitting in that state. Only God knows, but what I do know is many earthquakes in many places, and that is being fulfilled. Let's move on. All right, here's one reported from Papua New Guinea earthquake today, 2014. Strikes in the late evening. And this earthquake, you'll see it down here. It says officials tells news that the 5.2 magnitude Papua New Guinea earthquake started just after 9:46 p.m. local time, and the quake was deep. However, USGS indicates to news that the quake asserted 44 miles below the sea level. As a result of the quake, could be felt across the immediate vicinity. So it was rocking and rolling. And again, it isn't the only report. But here it is, another one of those quakes, adding on to the quakes that have already hit. And then finally, we have an article, and this is entitled "The Fiji, Japan, and Bad News for Oklahoma Earthquakes 2 through 8, May 2014." And when you read this article, they give you all of the different quakes that have happened just in this period of time right here. It says the United States Geological Survey real-time earthquake map for the week 2 through to 8, May 2014 shows once again how the complex tectonic margins of the western Pacific Ocean are the focus of much of the planet's seismic activities. Now, over half, 17 out of 30 of the tremors larger than magnitude 5.0 on the map, which shows earthquakes of all magnitudes in the U.S. and the territories, and those at least a magnitude 4.0 elsewhere, are in the region, including 5 out of the 7 with magnitude of at least 6. So there's just a glimpse at some of the earthquakes that have happened since the beginning of May. So again, keep in mind, the sign of earthquakes by itself wouldn't mean much at all. But the fact of the matter is, and all of the signs are happening at the same time in the single generation. And that was a key, knowing that Christ is coming soon.